Did any one of you try AI? We can use the time to ask AI to write a sequel for 1Q84. Against AI all the way. It's not human enough and has no heart and soul. Yeah, but maybe we should be afraid of it. Send a message. Now let's see. Let's just text a simple comment. Please write a sequel for 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami. Oh my god. Okay, the story is done. Let's go through it. The year is now 1Q85, and Aomame and Tengo have been living separate lives for nearly a year. Aomame has continued her work as an assassin, but she's finding it harder to justify the killings she's tasked with. Tengo has been focusing on his writing and has been making a name for himself in the literary world. One day, Aomame receives a call from an unknown number. The voice on the other end is a familiar one. It's Tamaru, the bodyguard who had helped her in her previous mission. He tells her that he has information about the mysterious world they had both entered a year ago. Aomame is intrigued and agrees to meet with him. Tamaru tells Aomame that he has been investigating the strange events that occurred in 1Q84 and has discovered that there are others who have experienced similar phenomena. He introduces Aomame to a group of people who call themselves travelers. These travelers claim to have the ability to move between different realities and dimensions, and they believe that the world Aomame and Tengo entered was just one of many parallel universes. Aomame and Tengo are skeptical at first, but as they learn more about the travelers and their experiences, they begin to realize that there might be some truth to their claims. Together, Aomame and Tengo embark on a new mission to uncover the secrets of these travelers and their abilities. As they delve deeper into this new world, Aomame and Tengo realize that they may have stumbled upon something much larger than they could have ever imagined. They uncover a plot to use the travelers' abilities to manipulate and control the various dimensions of the universe, and they must work to stop this from happening. Along the way, they encounter old friends and enemies, and they are forced to confront their own past and the decisions they've made. As the stakes get higher and the danger increases, Aomame and Tengo must rely on their own abilities and each other to save not just their own world, but all of the parallel universes that exist. In the end, Aomame and Tengo emerge victorious, but they are forever changed by their experiences. They both realize that there is so much more to the world than they had ever imagined, and they vow to continue exploring and discovering new possibilities. What do you think? Of course, the second part is very, basic. It's something very simple. It's always the same thing. They discover dangerous people and happenings and so on. But the first part was very cool, that they live apart, they're not meeting each other. And then Tamaru approaches Aomame and contacts her because he has found out some things. On that note, Murakami-san quits writing and retires. Yes, I bet you can say so. But this is somehow very, very funny. Maybe we can ask for a sequel of Kafka on the Shore. Let's do it. Let's... Please write a sequel for Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. Spoilers ahead for those who haven't read Kafka on the Shore. As Kafka Tamura wanders through the forest, he hears a voice calling out to him. The voice belongs to Miss Seiki, who had died in the previous book. Miss Seiki tells Kafka that she has been waiting for him and that there is something he needs to do. Miss Seiki explains that she has been stuck in a kind of purgatory, unable to move on from her life and the mistakes she made. She tells Kafka that there is a way to break her out of this purgatory and that he's the only one who can do it. Kafka is hesitant at first, but eventually agrees to help Miss Seiki. She gives him a list of tasks to complete, which will require him to travel across Japan and meet a number of different people. The tasks are all related to Misaki's life and the things she regrets not doing before she died. Kafka embarks on this journey, and along the way he learns more about Misaki's past and the people who were important to her. He also discovered that there is a mysterious force at work, trying to stop him from completing his tasks. As Kafka completes each task, he becomes stronger and more determined to help Misaki. He also begins to see visions of his father, who he thought was dead. These visions are confusing and disorienting, but Kafka realizes that they are leading him towards something important. Kafka reaches the final task on Misaki's list. He must travel to a remote island off the coast of Japan and find a mysterious object that will break Misaki out of her purgatory. So why do they bring back Misaki? I want them to bring back Nakata as well. Because this is somehow like a bad sequel where they bring back dead characters for the sake of fan service. This is a good example if Haruki Murakami would be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, maybe. What else do we got? Please write a crossover of a Marvel film directed by Haruki Murakami. I'm not sure if the audience here in the live chat likes Marvel. I like Marvel, but of course it is not, it doesn't have anything to do with literature, but I think it is very interesting to see what an AI does with the material it has online with Murakami. Let's see. Surreal Avengers, a Haruki Murakami and Marvel crossover. The film opens with a shot of New York City. Why not Tokyo? As a familiar group of superheroes, the Avengers, are seen battling an unknown force. Suddenly, reality seems to warp and shift, and the Avengers find themselves transported to a strange, surreal dimension. As they explore this bizarre new world, they encounter a cast of characters straight out of a Haruki Murakami novel. There's a talking cat who guides them through the dreamlike landscape, a woman with a third arm who seems to know more than she's letting on, and a man who can't seem to remember his own name. Captain America confronts his own past and his role in perpetuating the systems of oppression he's fought against, while Black Widow struggles with her identity and the sacrifices she's made for the greater good. Meanwhile, Iron Man and Thor find themselves drawn to a mysterious woman who seems to embody both light and darkness. That's Misaki. I think this AI needs to read the book. Yeah, definitely. It is. You can notice here the disadvantages of AI. So it only relies on some summaries it can find online and then mixes it with the characters you can find. And it's always dreamlike, surreal, magical realism. So this is something everybody can find if he Googles Murakami, so no big deal. But somehow it's still funny what crossover it generates just within a few seconds. But I think the very first passage of the 1Q84 sequel was quite cool, that it continues in 1Q85. Now that is exactly what elaborates that I cannot replace a legend like Murakami ever. Yes, of course. No soul. Nothing special. You can really see the disadvantages here. So of course it is somehow maybe threatening because it can replace blog posts. It can regenerate, videos that maybe look very real. It may replace journalists. I think this will happen someday. Also, you will have short stories completely generated by AI, but they can never, ever replace the soul of a real novelist. Never, ever. No chance. Tell me what you want. Because they always need to rely on something that is available online. And I don't think that they ever can, generate their own dreams, just like Murakami does, because this is exactly what he says. I can recreate my dreams and write them on paper. And then I just follow the story. I just let it evolve. And no AI can do that. Never, ever.